Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Underrail. In the last episode, we spent far too much time poking about in the Tulaski Manor, trying to figure out how we can get Fallow, or Wit Nossick, to tell us what it was that he had been working on and interrupted him during his time on the ARC project for Biocorp. We made lots of progress accessing the various areas inside the manor, having convinced, what's her name now, Sophie, to allow us in after we became, I guess, not really friends, but acquaintances at the Hardcore City Bar. But we weren't able to get Wit Nossick to open up to us. He's a bit deranged in his old age and wouldn't give us any information. Based on the conversation tree, there's something we're supposed to do to convince him that we're like his assistant. And I went back to the Panacea lab off screen to see if I could figure out if we missed anything there, since that's the that lab had the information about him. Unfortunately, there was nothing there I really missed. I've just interacted with everything again, and from what I can tell, having gotten back into the manor again, it opens up no new conversation topics. Going back to Oculus and accessing the computer panels there for Wit Nossick, there's no information there I picked up either. And talking with Azif, there was nothing new he could tell me other than I have to get him to open up and tell us about what he did. So, at this point, I had two choices. Abandon this quest and say, nope, I don't know what I'm supposed to do next. Or, well, ask for help. I could ask for spoilers from you guys to help me guide me for a hint, but I decided to be more direct this time. And we have to go someplace that I would not have ever expected to go. We need to go back to the Cortec laboratory and access a computer terminal there. So that is what we're going to be doing. I assume it's the one that's guarded by the robots. And I don't really particularly care about how dangerous a handful of plasma bots are going to be to try to stop us from accessing it. So that's what's next on my agenda. Or I'd spend some time looking around to see if I could find my key card again. Oh, that's a bit awkward. We got penalized for opening the door. Oh, come on, Tim. Take the remains. Put them someplace else. Just don't leave them on the ground there. Remember this entrance? It's been a long time. Probably faster to get to the central computer via this way. We will need to destroy probably all the bots that are in the area, too, or they'll interrupt us while we're on the computer system. I thought this was a Cortec research facility established by Cortec itself after the Biocorp riots had ended, and not an old Biocorp facility. So I would never have come here to look for more information on Wit Nossick, and I know there's none over in the Hecate research outpost, and I'm unfamiliar with any other research outposts except for the one that's down inside the university. But I believed that you could get the Hux key before you entered the university, so I knew it had to be someplace else, and I didn't think I missed anything. So I was really confused if I missed a dialogue option, or I screwed a dialogue option up somehow. Okay, so remember that we are now considered we will be considered hostile here by the bots. So we're gonna hunt them down. I don't care if any cameras see me either. We can handle all the bots. I was just about to switch to a spear. My other spear to destroy that camera. Well, missing a 95 is a bit awkward. Oh, there's actually quite a few of them. Let's try using Plasma Beam on them. Plasma Beam works a bit like Pyrokinesis, to my recollection, and it will go through several enemies to strike a single target. So we'll pre-med, get them all lined up, and give this a try. Oh, nice. Okay, hold on. It actually shows me if I can get all of them in a line. So we'll get 2 of them here. No, we get all 3 of them there. Okay. But that did not do the damage I was hoping it would do. We have plenty of adrenaline. Let's make this quick. Oh, it's a shame that that takes all their action points. They should fire. There should be something to do at the end of their turn if they're going to decide to go into siege mode. This will not put us into any peril with Cortec either. Destroying the cameras or their bots down here. Gee, it should be this one we used to recharge him. Some more lithium cells. So I think it's this computer console. It's the only console I can think of in here that's an actual computer that I have not accessed. And I've only done it, I think, once. It might have been with Decker when he was working for JKK some time ago. I don't remember. Only one of my characters, or maybe 2? 2 of my characters have not worked for Cortec. The ability to get higher ranking, higher quality plasma cores or electronic components is just too important to me. And I can get other bits that I need from the Praetorian Security or JKK from other merchants if I have mercantile on some people. So that's my way of saying that I would never have even considered this computer terminal to be something to interact with. Sorry, I'm also expecting some Amazon to be delivered today. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we can learn, if anything. Oh, enter the document code. We sent the document codes over to Core City, didn't we? So this must... That's what that meant. I thought we sent the codes to the mansion, which is why I was looking around for a computer console there. Maybe I'm just really dumb, viewer. Well, that could be a true statement whether or not this... I am misinterpreting this quest entirely. But maybe all the hints were in front of me, and I just missed every single one of them. Obviously, I did. So let's enter the code. Micah Myas, cleaning. Raman Carson, genetics assistant to Oloski Makar. Albert Al Russell, genetics assistant to Whit Nosek. Aaron DeLuca, chemistry assistant to Norge Abbott. All the links are broken, but we got his name. Oh, hold on a second. So we need 591FF. Broken link. Oh. So we can't look up any more information about these people. Hopefully we'll be able to act like him, or at least get the name right, and maybe then that will allow Wit to open up to us. Don't need the electrical spear equipped for this miscellaneous walking around out here. So what's on the agenda today? So we're going to try to complete the Oculus quest. See if I can now get information from Wit. If I can't, then I think I will ask for a hint from you guys If this doesn't get him to spring a little bit more information about what it is he worked on, then I don't know what to do. In which case, I will ask for a little bit of help from you viewers, which normally is not something I do because I don't like. I like trying to figure things out on my own, but I'm gonna need help. I want the Husky, so let's see how tricky this is. If I finally get it on a character of mine. I have a problem with Underrail, and it's a good problem to have, as it were. I play Underrail, I think I talked about this before, on different characters. Like, I would play an action RPG, in that I'm addicted to trying different builds and running characters through the game, utilizing them, to see if I can beat all the rooms, combat, get loot and bring it back, and see how effective or efficient I can make these things. With thematic characters, like obviously Tim here, or with Sly Boots, for example, or Blade, or Duke Nukem, or other characters. This is why I have over 2,100 hours in this game. It's super addicting. I spend way too much time on it. But there comes a time, generally when I reach deep caverns, where I stop, because I think to myself, especially on normal mode, which is where most of my characters were being played on, that, you know, I can beat this on normal mode, I'm done, I don't want to run through deep caverns, let's make another character and run through the game again. And I do that over and over and over. And I love it. Okay, so we are going... Oh, we're going upstairs, which is not this way. Surprised I haven't been caught entering the vent yet. Yeah, like that would have done. Wait. No, you want the other... Oh my goodness, you want the other ladder. That ladder leads downstairs. It's not where you want to be. So we don't need Sophie any longer to do this task. Well, I'm not even stealthing for this at the moment. Well, we don't need to until we get into the attic. I'm sorry, until we get up here. Okay. And then... was this room, if I remember correctly. Technically, this room is closer. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Alright, old man. Let's talk with you again and see if maybe we've learned something a little more to help us convince you to tell us some information about what you used to work on. The stones, they tell of things. They will come. He's referring to the pylons, I think, down in the deep caverns. Are you Wit Nosek? The name rings a bell for him, and for a while he seems to focus on your words more intently. Fallow, of nature and order, and of long strands and madness. So he's describing himself there. I need to know what you discovered working on the Ark. We do not need to know anything. Madness in the long strands. Who is the man asking me to travel down the spirals? We have a new conversation topic. This one. It's me, Al, your assistant. His eyes light up at the sound of that name. Al. He places his hands on the sides of your head, clasping it while inspecting you intensely. For some reason, probably madness, he recognizes you as his former assistant. Al. There's so many things I have to tell you. He releases your head and grabs you by the shoulders instead, shaking you occasionally as he explains. Not enough time, though. Not enough time. They keep coming and questioning me, probing me for answers to the questions they should not dare ask. The answer is in the long branches. Deep within, it's hidden. And it's doubly encoded. First in the DNA structure, and then in the ribosomal RNA spread. But here's the clever part, Al. You're going to love this. The second decoding mechanism is not inside the organism. It's in the symbionts. With his mouth gaped, his face freezes up with a look of exhilaration, as if he just conveyed the meaning of life itself. I'm a little worried. I mean, we have high biology, so we could select this, but I'm a little worried that if I do so, he will know we're not his assistant. But we'll select it anyway, because we do have a high biology, and this is the first time I'm being here, and I want to take advantage of any of the skills I possess. Are you talking about the human genome? What gene should I look at? What are these symbionts? His face and the rest of his body is still frozen in the same position. Wit? As you try to bring him to his senses, his grip on you loosens, and he falls flat on the floor. He's dead. Oh, wow. Poor Wit. Good thing you were stealth right there. Okay, so that is it for this mansion. Let's double back to our place. I can store my stealth gear there. We'll get some juice and we'll head over to Oculus. And hopefully we have the information that we need. My journal did not update to my knowledge up above. So if there was any other information, I missed it. And if what we were told from Wit wasn't enough, viewer, then I think I will just say we have failed the quest. I should have chosen a different conversation topic with them, and that's maybe about the research papers. A part of me never likes reloading a million times to get something correct. I don't mind failing, even on a Let's Play. I think it's interesting sometimes to see what the results are through a failure rather than through constant successes. Especially if you're reloading to get those successes. It's one of the reasons why I put so many house rules and penalties on me sometimes, to make it more fun to watch and risk me failing more often some of these tasks in the games I play. On that note, though, I realize that you guys watching don't really want that to occur. Or some of you don't. Okay. I'll keep all the rest of the food I've got on me. You don't have anything actually that needs to be here. Oh, have I shown off the house? This is the last time we've been here? Everything's been purchased now for the house, by the way, as you can see. Right? Oh, I have a plasma turret out here, right? I do. Okay. Yep, the house is all done. And, oh, right, and for our cash, by the way, we have 9,700 bucks on us. Enough that we could get 3 more super steel sheets if we really want them. Oh, did I show that we got more super steel sheets? I have a quality 170 that I got after turning in the 3rd processing plan. So we made out better with the first sheet, almost maximum, I think, here. But this is also very good. Very, very good. It's tempting to use this with some more greater siphoner leather to make an even better suit of armor for me. We can probably get through Well, no, we should make a super shock. We should make a... Oh, no, I did make a super steel spear, Tim. That's what you're using right here. I have the quality 140 something, which is also probably good enough to get you through deep caverns. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm getting a little distracted. Let's go ahead and drink some juice. Oh, I have too much drugs on me. We'll be okay. Let's visit the dude. Since I'm down to 3 juice, I like having at least 6 on me. Hey, by the way, you might remember that they did some adjustments on the prices for things in game. I thought that meant they were making things more expensive, but I think they actually lowered the price on several things. 4 juices used to be like 100-something charons, 180 or so, 160 without any mercantile. Now it's just 77 for 4 of them. So maybe they made things a little cheaper for you. Now, while we're here, we're going to check the storage really quick. Hey, Constantine. It's the shock generators I'm interested in. Okay, he doesn't have anything spectacular. He's got nothing else here I'm interested in. Okay. Constantine, by the way. How does it feel working in the lowest level of Oculus? Isn't it a bit, cramped in here? Of course it's cramped. Do you really think I haven't noticed? I can't even move a foot without bumping into something. All these bloody boxes. I wish I could just kick them all into the abyss. Ugh. I apologize. You shouldn't have witnessed that. I agree. There is a bit... lacking in terms of space. In addition, being in the lowest part of Oculus, I hear things trying to get in. What things? Well, crawlers, for instance. I can hear them climbing the walls. A faint sound at the bottom of the Oculus slowly comes closer and becomes louder, then it stops. You forget about the creature, but it's still there. Maybe you can hear there's something inside, something alive, something that can be consumed. But then the EDS fries the bugs. They scream as their smoking carcasses fall into the darkness. I hate them. I hate them so much. Those bloody lunatics. So what is the EDS? Electrical Defense System? Electric Defense System. Yeah, you're right. Not the official name, though. The original one is only known to whomever built Oculus. I have no idea how it works, but in essence, it sends a surge of electricity through anything it deems dangerous, frying it. And it's smart. The system knows what should and shouldn't be killed. It can be, well, distracting at times, hearing burning lunatics scream and tumble to the abyss. But again, it also brings a smile to my face. Because I hate those bastards. Alright, Constantine, thank you. Catch you later. Alright, let's see if we manage to complete the quest successfully. Azif. Save over the quick save we made as well. Yes? I spoke to Wit Nossek. Was he more forthcoming this time? He told me some things about... Tell him what Wit told you and how he died. Azif dwells on what you told him for a while. This is interesting. But without the research documentation, there's not much to go on. And you say you didn't find anything on him, or his premises. Absolutely nothing. Very unfortunate. But still, you did well, yes. Tracking him down must not have been easy. That was actually very easy, Azif. 1,000 charons is your reward, as well as this. He hands you some manner of electronic device. I think you'll find this very useful. I don't have anything else for you to work on right now, so you're free to pursue your own leads and opportunities. We'll be here if you need us, and do remember that you still have the resources and the tools of Oculus at your disposal. Hey, we got 5,000 experience points, 1,000 Stygian coins, and the Hux key. I'm assuming this is one of these items. It is. It needs to be charged. Oh, man. All right. Well, let's charge it. Now, let's read about it really quick. I've never had this before. So how's this work? A set of lockpicks combined with high-end hacking device. So it's a plus 15 lockpick. It's a plus 15, 20 energy hacking device. It's an Omnitool. Okay, so it will free up a tiny bit of weight. It weighs 0.1 pounds. I am a... The lockpicking increase is greater than our MK, so it's an MK4 lockpick. Interesting. I'm going to leave it in our home. At least at the moment, until I get some, until I do a little bit of testing. I want to bring less electrical things with me because of coil spiders that we'll be encountering in the future. So my plan was not to have more of this stuff, it was to have less of it with me. Maybe we leave the cloaking device at home now, too. And we go back and use the charm we got from Coral for a bit, just for fun. Once again, the more electrical stuff we have on us, the more damage we take from Coil Spider's EMP blasts. Which makes this super awkward, Tim says as he takes a lantern. I just want to charge it. Put it upstairs, too. Okay, where did I put our lucky rabbit's foot? Realistically, we should be using all the electrical stuff and just admit that being fried by EMP... We're dead. We're probably dead anyway. But I'd like to do a little testing to see if, with the minimal amount of things I think I need to bring with me, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 chargeables. Oh, 5 if I bring the efficient frequency. Shield emitter. We'll use our conservative. So 4 electronic devices powered. Fully powered. Is that enough that I need to worry about Quill Spider's EMP bursts or EMP grenades slaughtering me? We can find out when we do more university stuff. And on that note, let's get that one university task done. The Forsaken Island is where we're supposed to go. So we will spare some time this time around and go to the person I know that can take us there. A shame I don't have fish. Oh, do I want a fishing rod for this? I should probably bring it with me. I think you can. Actually, I don't know if we can pay to go back to Forsaken Island. But we'll try doing a little bit of fishing while we're there. Maybe we'll get super lucky and get a shrimp, but I don't think that's going to work that way. Okay, so we need a ferryman to bring us there. First, let's go to the cyber labs and the engineering floor and check to see if they have anything that I want. Oh, we should also re-enervate. So let's see. We picked up precog last time. As you can see, it increases our dodge and evade by 16%, which is pretty good. Additively is what it does. Oh, wow, that's really good, I think. But I do like my limited temporal increment. So we're going to use this instead. Although, with precog, we would not need to bring my stealth suit, my cloaking device any longer for extra evasion. I would feel that would give me less than what precog does, or somewhat similar numbers. I could check, but I'm too lazy. Ezra, what are you selling? Oof, very low-level plasma cores. Low-level electronic discharger. .144 shield modulator, 147 shield modulator, but I'm expecting to get better down in deep caverns, so we will not make another shield. As for Harold, let's see what he has. Very low-level components, as usual. Can't rely on Southgate Station having amazing things, unfortunately. How many lockpicks do I have left? 43? It will be okay. When we go down the deep caverns, we will bring our other electronic stuff with us for our trip, but I might not have them equipped all times. Most of the time, we're not fighting Coil Spiders, so it's fine to use something like the Hux Key. Okay, so wait. We're not leaving here, Tim. Well, we are leaving here, but we're going down here. Come on, robot. Wish I could just simply destroy you. Sailing somewhere, kid? I need to get to Forsaken Island. She lifts her goggles to reveal her astonished gaze. The what now? The Forsaken Island? If possible. Listen, kid, listen. I don't think you know what you're talking about. Forsaken Island is a very dangerous place, and no one with a brain bigger than a slackjaws goes there. Didn't you hear about the devastating currents that surround the island? The behemoth? Yeah? No? Yeah. I heard it all. I want to get to the island. Can you ferry me over there? You ain't rowing with both oars, kid. It's too dangerous. Even if we ignore a giant man-eating beast, the currents around the island will turn a ferry into scrap metal. It'll take one hell of a skilled ferryman to get you there in one piece. Why do you think it came to you, Captain Savannah? I was told that you're the best. Yeah, and I was told you were derailed. I mean, thanks for the compliment, but the answer's still no. I don't know anyone who navigated those bloody currents and returned to brag about it. If compliments won't convince you, well, money? She crosses her arms and stands still, looking me straight in the eye. She considers your offer for a few moments and then sighs before replying. Fine. I can see you aren't going to give up. I guess I've gone derailed too, but I'll take you there. By the way, what do you want from that forsaken place? I do it for science. Yep, derailed as a lunatic, rowing with half an oar. Whatever the case, kid, I'm going to charge you $400 for the trip. And that is non-negotiable. It's risky, it's dangerous, and if we do make it out of there alive, I at least want to show something for it. Buy myself something nice, fix up the boat. Yeah. So, kid, you have the shinies? I'm ready. Alright, kid. Hop aboard. Damn it. We made it, kid. I'm so glad we ain't sleeping with the eels. She has a pistol in her hand. Can we see what type of pistol you have, Savannah? I'm not going to take it off of you, but I thought you had a dagger, not a pistol. We checked you earlier. Okay, everything else you can keep. Alright, so we get one shot at this. Kind of. Because I don't think we're allowed back here again. Wow, we didn't find all the obsidian shards yet, so there's the last one of those. Since we're here, we will do a little fishing. And we'll talk about, I guess, some stuff that awaits us in the future while we do it. Let's see. So So we're going to be wrapping up the university quests now, and there'll be quite a few of them to do. I will bundle most of these up as we play, which is to say that in this instance, I wanted to leave the Institute as quickly as possible to gain access back to the standard Underrail. Normally, I would have grabbed all the quests we could. This way we could complete a bunch of them and then return to the Institute. I will be doing that in the future. We are probably about 20 videos away from the end of the base game, and my intention is to do all the DLC this time around as well. I have not yet made up my mind if I am willing to do things that I don't normally do on a character like we are currently playing. For example, slaughtering all of the savages. When I play games, a great deal of the time, it's not too... I get... especially like RPGs, I really get immersed, involved with the character I'm playing. And Tim doesn't seem like someone who would just run out there and slaughter savages, for example. It's one of the reasons why I don't want to betray Dr. Oldfield. Uh-oh. And guys, I gotta quit. The game is dying, so 1 second. Alright, viewers, hello, I'm back. This issue seems to crop up whenever I'm near cave hoppers in particular. I think there must be something wrong with how the game is doing their pathing, and some must get stuck on each other, because the cave hopper graveyard is where this weird lag tends to always happen, and it persists after you quit when you quit back to the main menu. It's still there too, so you have to quit the game entirely and join back in again. It's also now been a few hours since the first 36 minutes. I can't believe how long we've been playing for already. Oh, the video's been recorded, so... hello, I'm back. Been a few hours and I've eaten dinner. And it sounds like something else will be eating dinner soon. I don't need mind shrooms. It was there. I have so many mind shrooms extracted already. It's like blood. We don't need the mini heads anymore. We still have over 100-something blood left over. I don't see myself going through that much. Then again, we have the carry capacity, so we might as well keep slapping more stuff into our backpack until we're out of it. Darn it! Walking fish, I want to see the blue shrimp text. Oh! Oh! And we got it! Oh, I'm so glad we brought the fishing rod. That's the last fish we need to show Geezer Ford. And then we'll no longer have to worry about fish not being able to, well, fish them up. Oh, wow! I complained and the game was like, alright, Tim, fine, here you go. Now, don't die. Don't die coughing to death. You'll be in a coffin, but don't die because of coffin. Viewer, I don't remember what we were talking about before I cut the recording. It was probably something really important, but I can't recall. We'll fish for 3 more fish and then we'll push on. Yep. So we heard something roar while we were out here, which would hint that Behemoth is somewhere around on this island after all, and now aware of our presence. I'm gonna kill one of you cave hoppers, next one that shows up here. Our juice just expired. I'm gonna do it, cave hoppers. Don't you run over here. Okay, so much for that fishing spot. I see you. I warned you. Nah, hearts. Hearts and cave hopper leather 13. Nah, I can stay there. Uh-oh. Sounds a bit louder. Looks like this boat didn't quite make it through the shoals to arrive here. Thank goodness we took Savannah here. She was able to make it here safely. And lots of corpses. But nothing else. And no monster. Or at least not yet. And the transition point. Well, let's see where this takes us. An empty chamber. So unless the behemoth is invisible and takes up no actual physical space, it's incorporeal, we can walk through it. It's not here. But we do have some rocks. Even though it isn't immediately obvious, there's a small gap between the piled up rocks and the cave wall. Upon closer inspection, it seems like the gap is just wide enough for you to go through. Squeeze through the gap. You manage to reach the other side. Two robed women stand in the middle of a small cavern, facing each other. Their gleaming eyes become focused on you the moment you reveal your presence. The darkness of the cave, as well as that of their hoods, make it difficult for you to discern any facial features of these two women, but the details are not your concern right now. Their hostile poses are. One of the two women speaks with a frigid, unwelcoming voice. Identify yourself, visitor. Who are you, and what is your purpose here? 4 is the most accurate statement, because this is what's actually going to happen. Who are you, and what's going on here? We suggest you answer our question first, visitor. You know, no, we're playing a character who we would do this. I'm Tim, and I mean you no harm. The two women exchange looks, but not words. A short glance is all it takes for them to know what the other is thinking, it seems. Tim, I am Adira, and this is my sister Beatrice. Your purpose here, Tim? I wanted to explore the Forsaken Island, despite the tales of a great and deadly creature inhabiting it. The two women exchange looks yet again. This underworld's communication took a bit longer than previously. Still, you eventually get your response. Many came here for this very reason. I'm sure you walked past the remains of some on your way in. What can you tell me about the Forsaken Behemoth? She smiles. You've gotten this far, so I think you deserve the truth. The Forsaken Behemoth doesn't exist. All the things you've been told are, in fact, false. Everything you heard is a product of my sister's skillful manipulation. If one has the ability to control fire, moving air to create frightening sounds is not an issue. Especially when the entrance to the cave helps it resonate and reach the ears of superstitious ferrymen. I see you really don't want visitors here. Ironically, your whole plan also attracted a fair number of crazy monster hunters, or at least what we suspect they were, since they came well armed. And some of them were really rude. They still haven't left the island to this day. It's impolite to overstay your welcome, I say. She flashes a malicious smile. So, basically there's nothing interesting on this island. No. Unless you think cave hoppers and mine shrooms are interesting. Nothing interesting at all? A visitor meant other than the two of us. I'm sure of that. How did you two end up here, if I may ask? Allow us to tell you a story. Man, I'm tempted. I know how this entire conversation ends up. It doesn't matter what you say. The moment you walk into this room, to my knowledge, you're not allowed to leave. They will attempt to kill you, because they don't want anyone else realizing what's actually going on here. So I'm tempted to be a little rude to these two girls. And you know what? I've never actually selected number 2, so you know what? Screw it. We're going to make a deviation here. I think you misheard me. I didn't ask for a story. I asked you to tell me how you ended up here. Allow us to tell you a story. Actually, before you start, I had some other... Oh, okay, fine. Go ahead. You managed to catch a little smile on Adira's face, vanishing as quickly as it appeared. Even if it was there only for a brief moment, you could tell that hiding behind that smile was not joy, but in fact, sadness. A young girl was born and raised in a small station far away from here. The girl had a twin sister, whom she loved more than anything else in this world. The two were inseparable. The sisters were inseparable, as most twins tend to be. As unfortunate as it is, several tragedies made the bond between the sisters even stronger than before. Their father, a good and caring man, died from the hands of vile raiders that had constantly circled the station like packs of hungry rat hounds. Their mother, a gorgeous woman and equally, if not more caring than the father, died from a broken heart. The little girl and her sister were left living with their grandmother, an old disabled woman who could barely take care of herself, let alone feed and raise two young girls. The sisters never loved her. She was a selfish and bitter old woman. It was a miracle how she even managed to raise such a selfless and intelligent son, when she herself was quite the opposite. The next page of the story spells poverty in a life that was about to get even harder. The girl and her sister shared a gift. They were psionics. One was gifted with the ability to control fire, one with the ability to control frost. Control is the wrong word here, for they had no real control over their abilities, and there was no one in that small forgotten station that could help them embrace this ability that they possessed to teach them how to use it properly. Accidental fires, flying ice spikes, and an occasional frozen doorknob quickly raised the whole station to its feet. The residents were filled with fear as well as prejudice. The sisters were scared too. They didn't want to hurt anyone. They tried not to. It was a true horror. There was no one to guide them, show them the right way to innovate and use their abilities. No one to help them. All they got were looks of fear and prejudice, and even hatred. Even their own grandmother proved to be more useless and selfish than what the girls had originally thought. Fear overcame the simple-minded. The girls were forced to leave in fear of their evil powers hurting the community. Grandmother had a pseudo-wise explanation which, at least in her own disordered mind, justified such actions. The sisters were given some money, some clothes, some food, and were told to go to Core City. There, someone could perhaps help them. Nonsense. The capital of decadence, torn apart by rioters, was luckily not the destination of these little sisters. They were sick of people, the whole treacherous human race. The bastards, the inconsiderate walking piles of rat-hound excrement, threw us out, forced us out! Like we weren't even human beings. If we had been eaten by rabid animals right outside the station, they would have cared one stinking bit. They got rid of us. We were not their problem anymore, and that's all they cared about. Adira gives Beatrice a short glance. Naturally, any place untainted by humans was the best place for the little sisters to settle. Not only that, but it also had to be difficult for anyone to reach this place. The little girls tried to find a ferryman to take them to Forsaken Island, an island surrounded by dangerous currents that had doomed a vast number of unfortunate boats in the past and was often avoided. As there was no one willing to take them there, they had to steal their ride. The island offered them a life of isolation and sufficient resources to survive. They grew up, and many years later they eventually mastered their cursed gifts. They sought to gain control over the abilities that were a burden up to that point. In the end, they only needed each other in life. Through joint effort, they managed to survive through everything, and to this day, their bond is stronger than ever. And so are their powers. You might not agree with me, but you were a potential danger to those people. Psionics out of control don't seem safe to me. So throwing us out was perfectly justified according to you? I didn't say that. How can you say such a thing? All we needed was some love, some understanding, some help, nothing else. And we got none of it, not even a little. We never hurt anyone, and never would have, not even by accident. I didn't mean to sound like I supported their decision. Forget I said anything. They both nod. So have you ever left the island after you came here? No. No! Why would we do that? We don't need anything from the outside world. We have everything we need right here. Alright, well, I'll be leaving now. Goodbye. Where do you think you're going? home. Do you really think we're going to let you leave this place and tell everyone what you witnessed here? Well, I'm not going down without a fight. Oh, I love fire. Fire is amazing. I'm also immune to it, Adria. So we're going to quickly run up to your sister first and stun her. Kiss our cave hopper. And miss twice. We have fire too. And now your sister's dead. I keep missing you. Fire! Apparently they don't get the arena here. They would have realized Firestarter had come for them. That was easy. There's not much they can do to me that I think about it. We're immune to almost all fire damage. And we can't be frozen in place either. We can't be incapacitated by that cryostasis ability and then shattered. So, they picked a really wrong option there, I suppose, didn't they? And yes, I remember this. There's a secret door here which doesn't show up normally when you highlight things. I remember being so proud of myself finding this, swinging the cursor around last time looking for secrets in this place because we were never going to come back here again. What's behind it? You take a look through the crevasse, but all you are able to see is darkness. It seems to be large enough for you to barely squeeze through. We should have been using our electrical spear, by the way. And in here is the beast of Forsaken Island. Probably what inspired them to make the story to scare people away. Oops, wrong button. Forgot, I'm not using fraps. Fossilized claw. A curved fossilized claw of some long-extinct animal. It's still pointy enough to rupture skin. 3 oddity points for finding this room. The fire eventually expires. Adira has a bit of drugs, and that's about it on her. Ooh, they have some tracking goggles that will sell for a bit. And what does Beatrice have? More or less what her sister has. Alright. So much for Forsaken Island. What do you guys think? We're going to go back to our home now, and we'll get the beast's head. I'm guessing that we can sell it to the gentleman who sent us on this quest. I've never sold the beast's head before. I didn't realize that was an option. I've always mounted it in my house in the past. Then we can go over to Junkyard, and I'll complete the Geezer Ford quest. I very rarely bother completing it these days, so I'm trying to remember if you get any oddity points for completing it. Actually, we won't know that turning it in classic mode. I think you get 1 point, if I remember correctly. And Savannah? I'm done here. Let's get back. Finally! Hope you didn't leave anything important behind, because we're not coming back here, kid. I got everything. We can head back. You don't have to tell me twice. Hop on. All right. That wasn't so bad in the end. Lucky Rabbit's foot, though, didn't help us crit at all. It is just a chance, I think. Alright, so. Nope, wrong place. Let's go to the pens. Head on out of here. My goodness, I'm going through the juice quickly. Oh my goodness, please. Back to our house. I'm going to put the fish in here, but not break them down, because I'll accidentally break down the shrimp. Okay. Let's go to junkyard. And do this before I do anything else, or I'm going to keep forgetting to do this. Oh, by the way, you can... I was able to kill a dog in junkyard without junkyard going to war on me. A dog pinned me for a bit, and I was having difficulty getting it to move out of the way when clicking on it. I eventually got so frustrated I just killed it, and no one reacted. That's a very nice change to junkyard, given how annoying the dogs are or were in this area. I think it used to be that if you had ever killed one or combat started, that well, it would involve everyone being furious at you for killing one of them. I thought that I don't know when they changed it, assuming that they did indeed do so, but I'm glad that they have done so. All right, Geezer Ford, I caught a shrimp. He takes a careful look at it. Yep, you got it. Well done, son. Well, it appears we caught them all. Well, he stares at you. I'm waiting. He maintains his gaze, but eventually it shifts toward the fishing rod. His hand beckons you to follow him. Come here. $1,000 experience points. Yes, we probably get 1 oddity point, and we gain fisherman. That feat will make it so that we do not... Yeah, we never... Fish will no longer escape us. It will never say it got away from you. Okay, let's go to Kareem's really quick and get some eel sandwiches. Hey, Kareem. So we'll take 3 of these. I spend way too much money on food, but I do like having that passive going on me at all times. Oh, I got some empty bottles. We'll leave them in the dumpster. Back to our house. We're going to pick up the beast's head. And we'll leave the shrimp in our refrigerator. Oh, you know what? I just realized, everyone, we're not done with the house yet. There's one thing I tend not to buy for the house, and that's the camera system. I think we will eventually pick it up this time around, though. Okay, so I want the head of the beast. And that's at Decor City. Oops, stop. Housing place. Hello, Giles. Welcome back. How may I help you this time? Oh, catch you later. Sorry. Right, it's not with you. It's here. Oh, there's a Biocorp Research Facility pass if I wanted it. I forgot I left a bunch of keys here. That weighs 30 pounds as well. But I've never sold it to the people at the university. I'm curious how much money it's worth. So we'll see. I think it's like 300 to mount it on your wall. And it goes right here next to your TV. All right. So let's go back to the Institute. We're part of the family now, so they will open and shut the doors for us whenever we want to get back in this place. I think, viewer, given some of my current conditions going on in real life, we will call the session after we're done talking with the gentleman back down here again. There was something else he wanted us to do besides this particular quest, so we'll grab that quest from him as well, but we'll talk with other people here at the Institute when we record the next episode. Which reminds me, by the way, we should be using this weapon by default. Did we pick his pocket? I can't remember. We'll do so now while we're here. He has a digital timer. That's the only thing he's got on him. Okay. Yes? I have been to Forsaken Island. Really now? What'd you find there? I found two psionic women living on the island. They were driven out of their community when they were young, which made them abandon society and set off to live on the Forsaken Island. They used their psionic abilities to create roars and effects to further scare away potential visitors. Oh, we can tell them about the skeleton, too. Let's do 4. I found two women living alone on the island, and while there is no living monster, I found something almost as good. A skeleton of a giant lizard-like creature. Apex. So there's truth to the behemoth tale after all. I was beginning to worry that I was wasting Institute money, but this is good. Did you bring a bone sample or something I could take a look at? Unfortunately, it was in a difficult-to-reach place. I could only see it from a distance. I was hoping for a sample, but I guess I'll bring this to Lydia. Perhaps I can convince her to send an expedition there to dig up that fossil. Yes, indubitably. As for the women, they are easy to deal with. I'm glad to have been of use, brother. I'm happy. And that is rare. He hands you 650 Stygian coins. This is yours, as far as I'm concerned. You're done with this. I'll relay your findings to Lydia, as I've said. What was that about genetic disease resistance? Well, it's something I got from the top. You know what I mean. Someone comes to my office and drops some stuff on my desk, whether I like it or not. I am the principal investigator of the busiest department of the Institute of Chort, so things like that are unavoidable, I guess. Magnificent Chort. So, what I got was about a project on genetic disease resistance. I had to find some subjects who have shown great resilience to deadly disease. And that's what I was told. What that means is he puts himself, the principal investigator, have to worry about subjects when I have the pacification project on my hands. Tortoise recombination paperwork to finish, George's protein design data to review. Even so, some devolved cymorphs from deep caverns that were recently brought in. What I need of you is the following. Walk outside the Institute. There's a bunch of people there, and ask around if anyone exhibits what we require. If not, well, we did our best. Let someone else deal with it. If you do find someone, even better. Since they're already here, it would be easy to convince to come here and do some simple tests. Nothing painful. That's all regarding the matter, indeed. I'll see what I can do. He nods. We're not done, though, yet, sir. Talking with you. I was curious if we could go back to the junkyard and talk with the gentleman who survived the mutagen exposure and bring him here as an alternative person. I might try that off screen, but I would have to kill all the mutants back there again. By the way, Rista, I have a skull of a giant beast from Foundry. I think you might find it interesting. Sounds good so far. Indeed. Show it to me. Bringing out the charred skull of the once mighty beast causes a satisfied grin to take shape on Rista's face. The foul smell of fusion between molten metal and bone fills the room instantly, putting a frown on his face, but leaves the grin unchanged. I like it. Not the smell. But other than that, I like it. He begins inspecting it. Wait, this is a cymorph. It looks like a cymorph, but I've never seen this adaptation. Foundry, you said? Huh. I like where this is going. I'd love to have this in our laboratory, indubitably. If you could give me, say, 300 charons, then I'd hand it over. It's a small price for something this important. No problem. That won't affect our budget at all. Here you go. These are 300 Stygian coins. I'll hand this over to our investigators at once. Now, what was that about neuropacification? That whole thing with Psycho? I'm going to be very concise. Neuropacification Project is our most recent achievement in the field of neuromanipulation, and only this year have we performed our first successful pacification procedure on an actual living subject. It was one of the coral spiders you probably have seen by now. The basic idea of the project is to find a way to influence the behavior of anything with a brain. Indeed, there are 2 ways to perform this procedure. The safer way is to get it done on the operating table. But if that's not possible, as in the case of Psycho, a portable neuropacifier is necessary. No matter the option, the end result is one docile or pacified creature that you can, as you can see for yourself, safely keep close to humans without the risk of injury or death. I really don't wish to go into details of this procedure, partially because it's confidential, but mostly because I don't like talking that much. Yeah, that is all regarding that matter. What can you tell me about Psycho? That is confidential, bro, and you've already seen too much. Different question. Alright, toward guide you, brother. He nods. Alright, not bad, another $1,000. We'll go towards, I guess, the camera system after all. Investigator Vuk, can we talk with you? The man you just approached seems casual and relaxed. His suit is covered with dirt, blood, and some green slime. And you notice what appears to be large strands of hair stuck in it. He extends his right hand to shake yours, but withdraws it at the last moment after noticing their cleanliness matches that of his suit. Hey, is there something I can help you with? Oh, Torch's Evolution, brother. I am Tim, and I would like to ask you a few questions. Evolution is short. I am Vuk. Well, since I'm on a break, I suppose I can answer a few questions. Go ahead, ask. What can you tell me about this pacification procedure performed on animals? As you probably suspect already, we have found a way to make the creatures non-aggressive to other species. Unfortunately, I can't tell you the details on how we do it. Well, at least I don't know if I'm allowed to do so, so I better not. Seek Rista, our PI. He's in charge of the project, and he can tell you more. Sorry, bro. That's okay. Who's in charge here? Is it Rista? Ah, yes, it is Rista. His office is right over there. He points at double doors. That's his office. Enter at your own risk. Short guides you. Enter at my own risk? Anything else? What do you do around here? Well, I'm one of the biologists working on this department. As you can see from my general appearance, this is a very, very dirty lab. To give an example, this green stuff I'm covered in actually came from one of the quill spiders we have in holding pens. I was in its enclosure, and then it approached and suddenly regurgitated this stuff all over me. I've got to figure out why. Female spiders have a tendency to regurgitate fluids to starved individuals. Maybe it's seeing you as one of her own kin. Listen, You know what? You might have a good point there. Magnificent short, yeah. The pacification procedure we performed on these creatures could have caused them to view us in ways we haven't really expected. Perhaps in her mind, I'm one of her young or distressed unit. I'm glad to be of help. It is the benefit of the outside view, bro. We who work on something can sometimes get so focused on it that it narrows our vision. We fail to see other things. A good work. Since you work with animals, you have any spare organs or other parts I can acquire? I'm in charge of that, but you'll get nothing for free if that's what you're implying. On the other hand, I could sell you some, but you know what? Go talk with the principal investigator of Vista and see if you can get his permission. If he says yes, then get back to me. I'll wait here. Okay, so let's do that really quick on screen. See what he sells. I think it's if he sells crawler stingers, we'll buy a few of those. Hey, Vista, Investigator Vuck told me to see you about permission to purchase something from him. What do you need from him? Organs, tissues, and stuff like that. I don't see why not. Rip it from his body anytime you like. Anyway, we have those in large quantities. You have my permission. Alright, thank you, Vista. Alright, fuck. Vista said we can trade. If he says it's okay, it's okay. Let me just change my gloves, bro. And I'll show you what we've got. A single crawler tongue. Antidotes. Do I need antidotes? Probably not. Probably not. Oh my goodness, a crawler tail takes 5 pounds. Alright guys, so we will stop here. Thank you all for watching. When we come back, we will explore the other investigator areas here at the Institute. And then we'll get more quests, we'll figure out which ones we're going to do in which order, and begin getting them done. So I will see you guys in the next one, I hope. Take care, and thanks for watching again.